Okay, hey everybody, this is Matthew Miller. I'm in Jerusalem, and I'm here with a tour group from the United States, and I told our group that we would have a very special surprise while we were here in Israel, and the surprise was that we were going to meet Ariel Cohen Alloro. Is that correct? Did I say
Yes.
it right? Okay.
Alloro.
Alloro. Is that better? And so we're here. I have some friends with me. This is Sammy Blankenship, and we have Chris Egbert. And we're here just to hang out with Ariel and ask him some questions and hear about his ministry and help spread a little bit of the vision that he has for bringing Yeshua back to the Jewish people. Ariel, could you share a little bit about your background, who you are, and the vision that you have?
I am almost 40 years what you call Chozer B'Tshuva. I come back to my religion. I didn't born a religious person. And when I met my rabbi more than 35 years ago, he asked me, "What is your name?" I say, "Ariel, what you doing?" I say, "I am a musician." What kind of music you do?" I say, "I do symmetrical music." I've been on a boat 5 years in the Caribbean, and I used to write music that is symmetric. It's when you can hear the same song from the beginning to the end, like from the beginning, it's the same thing from the end to the beginning, like from the beginning to the end.
Wow.
The same music. So most of my compositions are like this. So my rabbi said that in Hebrew, symmetric is chen, the word chen. And then he started to teach me about chen. He told me that the altar in the temple, the name of the altar was Ariel, and he was high 58, what is chen, tfachim, etc. He started to teach me about chen.
Pause and tell them, and maybe anybody that's watching, chen in Hebrew is what in English?
Grace.
Grace.
Grace,
Chen,
I mean,
chen.
it's a beauty. This was a translated usually, but it's like a gemstone. It's a beauty that have to do with symmetric. It's a special beauty with symmetric, equilibration, balance, and paradox. Always two. This is the secret of the Ark of Noach. Noach and Chen is the same letter, and the Ark in Hebrew, Teva, it means a word too. So
It means a what?
a word,
A world?
Mila, Teva.
Word.
Word. Oh, okay.
Chen and Noach are the same words, they're just flipped.
It's the same
Chen,
letter.
Same letters.
Noon, chen.
It is written that
Chen.
Noach find Chen in the eyes of God. It means like the picture is reversing.
Flipped.
Upside down.
It's cool.
Okay, so this is the last verse in the parasha of Bereshit.
Genesis.
It's the secret of the goal of all creation to be able. It's a paradox to be able to reverse any axioma. Noach, it's like an axioma, is anacha. I have axioma that God created me. I have to be able to reverse it. I have axioma that true is good and lie is no good. I have to be able to understand that lie can be even better of true. It is written
Truth
It is
coming
written.
from God.
It is written sheker achen. Chen have to do with the lie. Yofi have to do with true.
Beauty.
It's another kind of beauty. After the parasha of Noach, what is Chen? You know, Noach, he was 600 years old when he got to the ark. 600 equal sheker, lie. Alright? So this has to do with the Nachash, what equal Mashiach.
58 to 358.
358 is Nachash, is snake, and is Mashiach. Okay. After this is the parasha of Lech Lecha start the parasha of Avraham. Lech Lecha equal Yofi. What is the beauty that have to do with true? It's like two kind of beauty. It's like something that is rational and something that is above rational. Yofi, Yud Pe Yud, equal 100. In Gematria, Yud is 10, Pe is 80, Yud is again 10. So, if I wrote, it is written that Avraham was 100 years old when he gave birth to Yitzchak. But it is written, instead of writing mea, the way we say 100, it is written me'at. When you connect a word to another thing, you add a taf anytime. So, Avraham ben me'at, what me'at, what is 100, has the same letter of emet, what is true. Okay? And if you take the number 100, what is 10 times 10, what is the acronym of Yofi? Yud is 10, Pei, Pe'amim, time, Yud is Yofi, Yud Pei Yud. 10 times 10, it means if I take a square of 10 times 10, I will have there 100 square, 121 point, around the square, 121 point, and 220 line around the square.
Counting the elements of the square.
All,
example.
all the elements that are in a square of 10 times 10 is 100 plus 121 plus 220 together is 441, what is emet, what is true. Right, so I just give you an example that the principle of Chen is to be able to reverse any axiom, anything that you think is true, you have to be able to understand opposite.
Interesting.
Right?
So you
This is a paradox, and the paradox what is have to do with a lie, what is a liar? It's two opposite things together.
So your rabbi was teaching you about Chen.
So he was teaching me about Chen. I feel few paid like this, and it's like he really analyzed all my personality in this teaching because I like symmetry naturally. So this it was something for me was like to meet Eliyahu Hanavi.
Wow. Okay. Eliyahu
Hanavi. So I found Eliyahu, I found my teacher, and I was attached to him after this until today. Every place he go to teach, I was going with him, and every time now he was meeting me. Before the lesson, after the lesson, he was told me something about Chen, something new about Chen. After a while, he wrote a book. It was never published yet. He published over 200 books, but this was not yet published. He wrote a book, 7 Faces for Chen, 70 panim for the word. It's like 70 explanations.
Faces.
Because the word Chen appears 70 times in the Torah, so he says it's a word that you should give him 70 different explanations what this word means.
Oh.
All right, so he wrote a book like this.
The word Chen.
Okay.
And after he started a lesson in Tel Aviv for 1 year every week. It was few hours a lesson about from this book. In 1 year he teach 3.5 faces of all the 70.
Wow. 3
Right.
faces
In
of
1
the
year.
70
In 1
faces.
year, that's
In
few
1 year.
hours every lesson. So
That's good stuff.
to understand. So I heard from him 100 of insight about the word Chen, and I realized that Chen is the secret of Mashiach. And even I'm not a writer, and I'm completely not a writer. I thought that I have no choice, as I must write a book about Mashiach and Chen.
So it was because you studied the word Chen, you began to have revelations about the Messiah.
So I understand that this is a secret of Mashiach, because Mashiach is a snake, and the snake is a liar, is two opposite, etc. And so I start to talk about Chen and Mashiach, and concept of Christianity appears there. Some of them very quick, some other it took a long time to realize the connection. Okay? For example, you see on the book is a picture of a donkey riding on a horse. Okay, so this is, today I know that this is the first, from the first horse of the Apocalypse, this is the first one. Today I know. When I wrote about this horse, and I wrote about this horse and the donkey, in my first writing it was 600 pages, only a chapter about the donkey of Mashiach. This represents the white donkey of Mashiach. The white is the horse and the donkey is black. Together you call it the white donkey. And year after I start to write about the donkey and the horse, I realize that I write about what you call the flesh and the blood of Mashiach.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Okay? They have a flesh of donkey and a blood of horse.
Where is this written?
This is a verse in the book of Yechezkel.
Ezekiel.
It's about the Egyptian, about the Mitzrim. Mitzrayim, Egypt equal donkey plus horse.
Equals donkey what?
Plus
Plus
horse.
horse. 380 Mitzrayim, Egypt equal donkey plus horse.
Which
Wow.
you say also is connected to the body, the body.
The body, yes. The
And
body.
blood.
Mitzrim, it's like Natsrut, Mitzrim. Mitzrim, it's almost the same letter. I mean,
Notzrim.
the
Oh.
Christianity,
Mitzrayim and Notzrim.
Mitzrayim, it's like against all the exile.
Interesting.
So
Notzrim is connected to Mitzrayim. Wow.
and we work.
Yeah, I see that.
So we have to understand not only that we have to go out of Egypt, we have to understand to opposite. We have to go inside Egypt.
Huh. Interesting.
What I try to do.
Like
mean,
Jews have to go back to Egypt.
It's meant to go
The
to
traditional
Christianity to find
And
yourself.
So cool to find
Not
Yosef.
not to go to, not literally to go to Egypt. I mean,
Interesting.
The search
Alright.
for Joseph.
and
That's
Paro
right.
Cool stuff.
Paro is Mashar ben David, and he makes us work with Chomer and Levenim, what is like Chamor Lavan, the bricks. You call them Chomer and Levenim, what is Chamor Lavan, the same letter like it's mean white donkey. Chamor Lavan. Chamor is
Lavan is
donkey,
white.
Lavan is white.
Hamor is a donkey.
Chomer plus Levenim equal horse plus donkey.
Okay.
All right, so you can understand from this that to go to Egypt is meant to work to learn about the white donkey of Mashiach, etc. So this is the idea of Chen, the paradox that you have to be to understand that everything is true.
All these are symbols that are just pointing us to what we have to do.
If we don't have the vessel to understand that everything is true, so it's appearing this world like a curse, like bad thing. If we have the vessel, because the Torah, it's all good. It's all holy, it's all the holy language. So even if it is written a bad thing in the Torah, is nothing wrong in the Torah.
It's our interpretation.
Right.
It's all
Interesting.
question of interpretation.
Interesting.
If I follow the Torah, if I learn it carefully, it is written that the snake will win in the end. It means the evil is going to win.
In holiness, you have to understand.
Okay? Because in the head, what it means in the beginning, Reshit, in the Rosh, the man will kill the snake. But in the heel, it means in the end, the snake will bite you. It means
We'll crush his head.
purpose all creation that really the evil will win. It's why Paro dreams that the bad cow eats the good cow. And was such a good guy that he didn't understand why the evil win. It's just question of interpretation. Okay? So this is just an example of Chen. So I start to work about Chen, and concept of Christianity appears there. Without even learning the New Testament, I understood what is a Trinity in a way that is no any Christian have idea what is a Trinity. I understood what is a cross. I was writing about the two spirits that everybody have. It is writing, this is a generation coming of Noach. Noach is tzaddik. Noach, he was a righteous man. So it is written 2 times Noach. So it is written in the Zohar that everybody have a ruach dilteta, a low spirit and a high spirit. Alright, so I was reading about this until I realized that I write about the cross. So this is all a technique how to achieve the key for your goal. Key for your goal. You want to achieve something in life. The cross is a secret is a technique to realize your will. It means how to
realize what?
Your will. It means how to have food. Poter et adecha, you open your hand and you give food to everybody, right? You fulfill the will of everybody. So the secret of realization, to find key. Let's say that I want Mashiach. For me, the key for Mashiach is the horse. Horse plus Mashiach equal Ariel.
The word.
I reveal the two. Horse. All right. So now we see why we have a horse here, and what the snake have to do with the horse. That you have to buy the horse, and why you have to buy the horse, etc. The snake is a Mashiach. Horse is a Mashiach too. It's just there are few concepts of Mashiach.
So when you began to see these ideas about the Messiah, was it ever a struggle to say, I can't, what are people going to think of me, and I can't believe that Yeshua is the Messiah, Ben Yosef, and all these things. Was there an internal struggle, or just talk a little bit about that?
No, I am not afraid of the truth. I'm a very open person. And I start to ask really a very difficult question to my rabbi. All right, so then start
like this. This is
the fight, the fight between Yaakov and Esav, or his angel. I represent it's a spiritual fight. So I am like the angel that fighting with Yaakov.
Yeah.
My rabbi is Yaakov, and we're fighting.
Ideological fight.
Yeah.
What did your rabbi say when you told him what you were learning, what you were perceiving about the Messiah?
Well, he say yes, no.
He said yes. That's a very Jewish answer.
That's good, yeah.
Lo ken avdi Moshe. He say, lo is like this and yes is like this. So, it's a cross. Okay,
good.
so he said, first of all, no. With Moses, no. It is written lo ken. It is written no, yes. The problem with my rabbi, he say yes, and after he say no. So this is the way it is right now.
Okay, so you began to see, you began to realize Yeshua was the Messiah, right? Ben Yosef.
Yes.
Okay, so how did you tell us now a little bit about your vision of facing each other and the retrial of Yeshua and those kind of ideas, and what your thoughts are and what your plans are, that God's will be done.
Because I have vessel of Torah in this subject, I can talk about this. You know that in the book of Matthew in Hebrew, it means when.
It means when.
When, Matthew, when.
Right, Matthew.
In chapter 24, they ask him when.
Okay.
When will be the second coming?
Mm-hmm.
there are 28 chapters parallel to the 28th time of Kohelet. The book of Torah Kohelet is time to give birth.
Oh, there's 28
28
times.
time.
Mate. Okay.
Alright, so the first time is time to give birth. So in the first chapter is Avraham give birth to Yitzchak, Yitzchak give birth to Yaakov, Yaakov will give birth to Yud, etc.
What's Kohelet in English?
That's
I cannot say this
Yes,
word.
yes.
Yes.
Ecclesiastes.
Ecclesiastes.
Yeah, Ecclesiastes.
Okay, so
Yeah, that's a tongue twister.
it's a lot of secret in this book of when, of when, the book
Interesting.
of time, and it's
Timing.
parallel to the kings that are he put there from David to Yeshua. There are 28 generation.
Oh wow, cool.
What did
Okay.
he say?
So it's parallel
There's
one.
28
David to
generations.
Yeshua, there's 28 generations.
It's parallel one by one, and there are many secrets why he skip few 5 generations there. Alright, so I gave lesson about all the 41 generation. It's one of the most fantastic things that I find in the New Testament. Something that give you the possibility to do gematria based on a with not based on gematria, because we don't have the original in Hebrew. So I cannot do gematria with the king, because each one of them you can write it in different way.
What about the Hebrew Matthew?
But it is a mathematics line that is parallel exactly to this 41 generation. Start with 41 that equal Avraham in order number. The first letter and the last letter of Avraham is 41, M, mother. So this is a 14 prime number, David. What is 14 is opposite of 41. The 41 is a 14 prime number from 1. And what is special about 41 that it starts a special line, a mathematics line, that you have from 41 to 41 square. Before the 41 square, in this line, you have 40 prime number, that each one of them is 2 triangle plus 41. So the first one, Avraham, is 2 triangle of 0. It means 0, 0 plus 41. After 2 triangle of 1, it will be 43, parallel to Yitzchak. After 41 plus 2 triangle of 2, triangle of 2, it's 1 plus 2.
It's a formula to go through the
So it
prime
will be
numbers until
47.
41.
It will be 47. It will be prime number 2. This is against Yaakov, etc. All the number will be prime number until you get to the Yeshua is 41 square. All based on these two concept of Aleph Mem, that is Eliyahu and Mashiach, Eldad and Meldad, etc. I give all lesson about this. So I just give you example that book of Matthew is a fantastic book.
There's very deep concepts.
That,
You know, so it's hard for people like us. You know, we were raised in. You know, my dad was a pastor. I was raised in keeping Sunday as the Sabbath and eating pork chops and bacon and doing Easter and Christmas. So when we read the Bible, we're just reading it a whole lot different than the Jewish way to read the Bible and the scriptures and the mathematics and the gematria and all these deep secrets, which all of them we see that God was using all this stuff even to show the Messiah in all these different ways, which is to us is fascinating, that you can sit and walk through the scriptures, triangles, square numbers, all this stuff, and it's all pointing to show who how Mashiach is, to the Messiah, to who the
That's
Messiah is.
rabbinical level language and proofs for his rabbi
That's
to
interesting.
show this is real.
Alright,
So share for a moment about the whole thing.
what I try to say about the time, that the chapter 24, they ask him when.
Uh-huh.
So the 24th time is time to talk. Before this is time לחשות. We
Keep
cannot
quiet.
talk. We cannot talk about Jesus if he's naked.
Naked truth.
כי תראה ערום, if you see a naked one, you have to cover him.
Right.
To cover him, it means you cannot talk about Yeshu, not Yeshua, Yeshu. The first coming is only Yeshu.
The
Equal
his
Arum.
name during the first coming.
Arum, what is naked. Okay, so it is two gimotiot of Mashiach, all verse that equal Mashiach in the 5 book of Torah. There are only 2 verses that in order number equal 358. The first one is there was both naked, Adam and Eve, and there was not a Shem. This is the first coming of
That-
Mashiach.
Interesting.
There was naked. Second coming, second verse that have to equal Mashiach. This is a generation coming from Yitzchak, son of Avraham. Avraham gave birth to Yitzchak.
That verse is 358.
It's 50 in order number. Avraham plus Yitzchak equal Te'ena, the fig. Second coming is the fig.
Equals what of the fig?
Te'ena.
Te'ina, which is...
It's in 456.
It
What
has a
is
fig.
the fig?
Wow, interesting.
Alright, so in the first coming, the fig is cursed, is not
Wasn't
ready.
ready.
Fig tree.
Fig tree. Alright, so you are, like Paulo say, you are above the Torah, you are not under the hand
Hand.
of the Torah, you are under the hand of the grace, of the, it means chesed,
Yeah.
here, not